You're welcome to the program. We're beginning this morning's bulletins with some news from the political arena as the governing New Patriotic Party has given its strongest indication not to countenance vote buying and the open display of ballot papers during this weekend's Super Delegates Congress. In a statement signed by the Secretary of the Presidential Elections Committee, William Yamwa, the party has warned that delegates who flout this directive will be prosecuted. As we approach the highly anticipated Special Delegates Congress of the NPP taking place on Saturday, August 26, the Elections Committee has extended an invitation to all 10 aspirants. Now, this open door policy aims to address any concerns these aspirants may have prior to the election. In essence, all T's are crossed and all I's are dotted. We understand 5 of the aspirants have chosen to visit the party's headquarters, where they were meticulously reviewing their preparations, ensuring that every detail is in place before the big day.
Some want to receive their accreditation for their agents, and if the committee also has any information for them. And so there isn't much coming from them. As part of the process, we have said that we'll be working with the aspirant into the election.
The Elections Committee has issued a clear caution to all delegates that they refrain from publicly displaying their ballots.
We've said, and we've placed strong emphasis on it, that no delegate should make any attempt to take photo of where the person would have voted. And if anybody gets to that stage, the security will take charge of it.
With these measures firmly in place, the NPP seeks to reassure all involved parties that the party's protocols are designed to safeguard the secrecy of each voter's choice. As the countdown continues, the NPP says it remains committed to upholding the integrity of the electoral process and maintaining a level playing field for all the aspirants.
Our delegates will do the needful, will comply with the security arrangement put in place, cast their votes at the various centers, and return to their respective areas. And then when it is 1 o'clock, the EC will do the honor of opening the ballot, sorting, counting, and then recording the figures that they would have gotten. And so we are set.
Noble Crosby Annan, NPP headquarters, Accra. In a related development, the opposition, the National Democratic Congress, has announced new appointments to key positions in the party. The appointments were announced in a press release signed by the General Secretary of the party, Fifi Kwete. According to the party, these new appointments were approved during the NDC's National Executive Committee meeting held on Thursday, August 24, 2023. Now, Professor Joshua Alabi, Dr. Samuel Sapon, and Abdul Rauf Khalid are now part of the party's vice chairman. It also continues to say that Dr. Edward Omanebuama is now the NDC's Director of Elections and IT, while Godwin Tamaklo is the party's Director of Legal Affairs. Former Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Dr. Peter Boama Otukono, also heads the inter-party and CSO relations of the party. You can log on to our website, 3news.com, for details of the happenings on all the political front. Away from that, a parliamentary committee set up to investigate a leaked tape on allegations of plans by the government to remove the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, has warned that it will not tolerate any excuses to delay its work. This comes after the first witness, Bagri Dam, failed to show up on grounds of ill health during the committee's maiden sitting.
The committee received a letter yesterday under the hand of lawyer Raymond Donyo, whose base of practice is Crab and Co. Requesting of the committee to excuse Mr. Bagri Dam, who is supposed to be our first witness, on grounds of ill health. I want to say that that could be a reason why we will not do business today, but it is not good enough reason, for the simple reason that unless it's a death-dealing malady, then we can say, or for one measure or the other, we can say. We do not have any supporting, document by way of a medical practitioner that this gentleman should be excused. So we do not want people who appear before this committee subsequently to be using excuses to delay our work I do not believe it is right and proper that when people are invited to appear before the committee, they have scheduled the committee. It should be the other way around. The committee are here, and the witness is the one who is trying to hold us to ransom.
Away from that, farmers in the Upper East region are demanding a lasting solution to the annual excess water spill from the Bagri Dam in Burkina Faso. This year's spill, after just 1 week, has inundated more than 1,000 hectares of farmland in the Talented district, escalating the threat of food security. Our regional correspondent Tanku Mohammed Rabiu has been assessing the extent of the devastation.
The affected farmers are devastated. Their entire investments are gone. They told the news team it would take them more than 3 months to start all over again. They took us on a canoe to see the extent of the devastation.
None of us expected. Look, the river is far away from here. You have to move kilometers to the river before you get to this side. So how did the water get here? If they had told us earlier, probably would have tried to salvage something small. Look at what is happening. Look at what is left. What am I going to get? Look at the amount of money we pumped. What am I going to look at this thing? Is it maize?
They told the news team the maize would have been ready for harvest in a few weeks, but all was gone following the excess water spilled from the Bagri Dam. The dam spillage, which began in 1999, is associated with annual loss of lives, destruction of property, including farms, houses and livestock along the entire northern part of the country, particularly communities along the White Volta and other water bodies serving as outlets for the discharged water. The farmers expect a lasting solution to crisis rather than government through the National Disaster Management Organization deploying personnel annually to the area to assess the situation and providing relief items. The construction of the Pualugu multipurpose dam is meant to ensure that the spillage of Bagri is effectively contained to avert the annual flooding and crisis in the area. The project, estimated at $993 million to have been completed this year, has stalled. When completed, it will provide an irrigation scheme covering an area of 25,000 hectares and improve water supply to the northern part of the country.
They should do something about the Pualugu multipurpose dam, at least to solve the problem. Are we breaking the diplomatic arrangement with Burkina Faso? Did the Burkina government tell the government of Ghana that they are going to spill the dam? And if they did, what did they tell us? The officials in Ghana here, did they tell us?
Moving on, President Akufo-Addo has lauded the Brics alliance, which he says could boost economic growth. Addressing the Brics summit in Johannesburg in South Africa, he called for UN reforms. Ghana is yet to make a decision to join the alliance.
Might be inching closer to making a decision of joining the Brics alliance, with President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo admitting to its relevance on the African continent.
I'm confident a strong partnership with the Brics nations can help construct a prosperous and self-confident Africa.
With countries like Nigeria making formal requests to join, Ghana might have to consider its huge debt to countries like China, which accounts for a third of Ghana's external debt. It's therefore obvious China has a big say in the future of the Ghanaian economy. Although Ghana has not yet made the decision, President Akufo-Addo says an alliance with Brics can help promote economic growth.
Now more than ever, strong partnership between the Brics nations and Africa, reinforced political dialogue, and expanded cooperation in the fields of economic growth and international security are required. We have to work together to achieve our goals, including a fair, equitable process of energy transition.
He's further calling for the reform of the United Nations Security Council.
Excellencies, I urge this meeting to address one issue of importance for us in Africa, and I believe for the world generally. That is the urgent necessity for the reform of the United Nations, especially of the composition and structure of its Security Council. The contemporary world has moved on significantly from the post-1945 world, which gave rise to the birth of the United Nations and the makeup of the Security Council.
For now, we await to see the modalities of the Brics expansion and, most importantly, whether Ghana will accept the invitation to join the Brics group. Judith Awotritando, TV3 News, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Well, back in Ghana, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly and the Ablekuma North Municipal Assembly have decongested the spare parts base at Kokompe. This is upon a directive from the Greater Accra Regional Minister for city authorities to decongest the central business district.
Cars left on the road were towed away and items left on pavements, including engines, were seized. Traders ply their businesses right in the middle of the road, taking over the pavement in the process, making it difficult for commuters to access the pavement. The Municipal Works Engineer for Ablekuma North Municipal Assembly, Engineer Ewa Asari, said the traders were warned prior to the exercise but were adamant.
We have had engagement with the leadership of the traders. We've told them to make sure that their activities don't affect road users and pedestrians, but they have no heeded.
He said the exercise will be sustained until the traders fully comply, while traders who wish to come for their goods would pay a fine.
Always there will be city gas here with their clams. So the moment you decide to take the law into your own hands by doing business on the carriageway, your vehicle will be clammed.
Secretary of the Kokompe Spare Parts Dealers Association, Ebenezer Sasu, decried the limited space in the market, which is pushing them to crowd the main road.
The market is congested, so we don't have space for parking. That's why most of the time we see cars parked at the roadside.
He, however, admitted that government has allocated a land for them at Anya, but they are yet to relocate.
To some more stories this morning, and the 27th Ghana Journalist Awards has been launched. The award scheme is designed to reward media excellence.
Members of the Ghana Journalists Association have 3 weeks to submit nominations for 34 awards through the dedicated online portal awards.gjaghana.org. President Albert Kwabena Jomfo explained innovative inputs into the awards.
In line with our innovative approach, we are introducing the best radio TV program for Ghanaian languages. Unlike the previous awards, which had separate categories for best radio TV program in 6 local languages, we have now merged all of them as one category. So whether it is Ga, Ewe, Nsema, Twi, Hausa, Dagbani or Krobo, they will all compete for one category.
The Economic and Organized Crime Office, IJOCO, will sponsor the crime and court reporting category this year.
I don't know how it is done, but we are so much passionate about crime, especially when you look at the emerging crimes, cyber-related crime, economic crime, and then economic and organized crime, anti-human trafficking, and anything that is organized. So I'm here to affirm my board chair's commitment to assure GJA that this year's award, Yoko is part of it, and want to sponsor this category for crime reporting.
Nomination deadline is September 13 and the awards ceremony at the Accra International Conference Center on October 28.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Journalists Association has commended Media General News anchor Pakwesi Asare for winning the 2023 BBC Komla Dumo Award.
The current administration of the association is very much committed to the promotion of professional excellence and high journalistic standards. It is in this light that the GJ is delighted about the exploit of our very own and brother Pakwesi Asare of Media General in winning this year's BBC New Komla Dumo Award. This is the first time a Ghanaian journalist has emerged as the winner in the 8-year history of the prestigious award in honor of the renowned Ghanaian broadcast journalist, Komla Dumo. On behalf of the leadership of the Ghana Journalists Association, I wish to congratulate Pakwesi Asare on this memorable achievement. Whilst urging him to climb higher, We believe its remarkable achievement will encourage others to also raise the bar of excellence and win similar awards. Pakwesi, you have brought distinction and honor to the nation, most importantly the media fraternity as well as your employers, Media General. Congratulations.
Moving on, the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, has exceeded its 2023 target by 19 million cedis, recovering 79 million from tax evasion and financial crimes. The office aims to recover 60 million cedis by the end of this year and 350 million cedis as crime proceeds by June 2028, according to its 5-year strategic plan.
The Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, was established in 2010 to monitor and investigate economic and organized crime, aiming to recover proceeds and render organized crime unattractive. It has made significant progress in revenue recovery with a record 6-month period of over 27 million cedis. The office set a target of 60 million cedis to be recovered across various fields by 2023, exceeding that by over 19 million cedis by the end of June.
For instance, where you have people, organizations, instead of putting their monies into the company's account, they are putting their monies into individuals' accounts. And for that matter, they are not declaring the actual sales or actual profit to the taxman based on which they can assess them on their tax. These are some of the things that we do. That is what is causing them. We call the recovery. There are other areas where you cannot quantify in terms of money. So that is one aspect. In terms of benchmark, what is the target that we set for ourselves? We've been able to create awareness. Now, wherever you go, you will hear that people are aware of the existence of EOCO.
A deputy director in charge of operations, Abdul Bashiru Apila, addressed concerns over the luxury vehicle seizure.
Our tax laws are such that it matters not. Once the product or the commodity is within the contemplation of the law, it's obligatory for the taxman to take the duties. Now, evidence come out that the vehicle is stolen. FBI, our collaborating partner, is doing the investigations in US and in Canada, and they have requested for our collaborative assistance. And then together with them, we have spotted some of the cars in garages, some being driven by other individuals. And then we confronted them. We asked them to produce evidence of possession of those vehicles. If you are unable to show evidence how you acquired the vehicle, then we ask you to follow us to our office. You come, we give you time to bring the documents and then show how you acquired the car.
EOCO targets 350 million cedis crime proceeds by June 2028 in its 5-year strategic plan.
Let's now bring you some international news. As Russian President Vladimir Putin has sent his condolences to the victims of Wednesday's plane crash, describing the Wagner boss as a talented businessman. In a televised speech, Putin said investigators were looking into what happened, but that this would take time. He added that he was told about Wednesday's plane crash on Thursday morning. Authorities say all 10 people on the plane were killed when it crashed near Moscow, and that passengers included Prigozhin and his right-hand man, Dmitry Utkin. The Wagner mercenary group was very active in Ukraine until Prigozhin led a short-lived mutiny against the Russian military leadership in June, which Putin called treachery at the time. Meanwhile, Ukraine President Zelensky says Kiev had nothing to do with the plane crash in which Wagner boss is presumed to have died.